It's something you may have known all along. Simple, yes, but its power? Truly remarkable. The Over 60 Meal Code. How to eat for energy, sleep, and longevity every evening. Have you ever wondered why some people over 60 seem to have boundless energy, sleep like a baby, and still look vibrant well into their 70s and 80s? Well, that's exactly what we're uncovering in this video. By the end, you'll walk away with the Over 60 Meal Code, a simple but powerful evening routine that can completely transform the way you eat, the way you sleep, and how you feel every single day. Now, here's the good news. This isn't about fad diets or complicated cooking. You don't need exotic ingredients or a chef in your kitchen. The secret is in what, when, and how you fuel your body each evening. And when you get this right, you might already know it. It might even seem basic, but the results are out of this world. If you stick with me all the way through, I'll reveal not just what foods to include in your evening meal, but also the exact method that helps regulate your energy, improve your digestion, and even support longevity. So if you've ever felt sluggish after dinner, had trouble sleeping, or just wanted to wake up with more vitality, stay tuned. This could be the missing piece you've been looking for. Ready? Let's dive into the Over 60 Meal Code and unlock the evening habits that can change your nights and your years ahead. Why energy drops after 60? As we age past 60, one of the most common complaints I hear is, why don't I have the same energy I used to? And the truth is, your body is still capable of incredible vitality, but it needs a little help. After 60, our metabolism naturally slows, our digestive system works differently, and our muscles and bones require more targeted nutrition. What this means is that the meals we ate in our 40s or 50s might not serve us the same way now. Think about your evenings. Do you ever finish dinner and feel sluggish, like you just want to sink into the couch? That's your body telling you the balance isn't quite right. The wrong combination of foods, too heavy, too processed, or too late in the evening, can steal your energy and disrupt your sleep. But the right combination? It can give you steady energy, calm your nervous system, and set you up for deep, restorative rest. In this series, we'll break down how to build that perfect evening plate. We'll cover protein that supports muscle and hormones, fiber that soothes digestion, and the kinds of fats that actually help your brain and heart. And don't worry, you won't have to give up flavor or comfort foods. In fact, you'll discover that small, smart changes can make dinner your favorite part of the day again. Let's talk about the first key ingredient your body craves after 60. The protein puzzle. Protein is one of the most underrated keys to energy and longevity after 60. Your muscles, your bones, and even your immune system rely on steady protein intake to stay strong. But here's the tricky part. Many older adults don't get enough at dinner. Instead, we tend to focus on carbs or skip protein altogether. What happens then? Our muscles weaken over time, sleep can become less restorative, and energy dips. But when you flip the script and make protein a centerpiece of your evening meal, everything changes. Think salmon, chicken, eggs, beans, or even a hearty lentil soup. These foods aren't just filling, they repair your body while you sleep. Now here's the magic. Studies show that eating a moderate portion of protein in the evening actually helps stabilize blood sugar overnight. That means fewer 2 a.m. wake-ups, fewer morning crashes, and more steady energy. The bonus? Protein also helps you feel satisfied, so you're less likely to snack late into the night. You don't need a giant steak on your plate. Sometimes it's as simple as a piece of grilled fish with steamed vegetables. The key is balance, and the payoff is enormous. In the next section, we'll talk about another secret ingredient that works hand in hand with protein to unlock restful sleep and vibrant mornings. Fiber, the gentle powerhouse. When we think about fiber, most people picture bran cereal or rough salads, but fiber is much more than that. It's a true powerhouse for anyone over 60. Why? Because it does 3 essential things. It supports digestion, helps regulate blood sugar, and keeps your gut microbiome, the good bacteria, thriving. And guess what? A healthy gut has been directly linked to better sleep and even sharper brain function. Think about the evenings when you felt bloated or uncomfortable after dinner. That's often a sign that your digestive system is struggling. But adding the right kinds of fiber like roasted vegetables, lentils, or even a warm bowl of oatmeal can soothe your system and prepare your body for restful sleep. Fiber also slows down how fast sugar enters your bloodstream. That means fewer spikes, fewer crashes, and a more stable mood in the evening. If you've ever felt restless at night, part of the solution might be as simple as what's on your plate. Here's a tip. Combine fiber with lean protein, and you've got the perfect 1-2 punch for longevity. Imagine grilled salmon with asparagus or a hearty vegetable stew with beans. Delicious, filling, and restorative. In the next section, we'll explore healthy fats, the ones that don't weigh you down, but instead nourish your brain, your heart, and your sleep cycle. The truth about fats. Fats often get a bad reputation, but after 60, the right fats are not just okay, they're essential. Your brain, your hormones, and your heart rely on them. And here's the twist. Eating the right fats in the evening can actually improve your sleep. Let's break it down. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in foods like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds, help calm inflammation in the body. When inflammation goes down, energy goes up, pain eases, and your body finds it easier to rest. Monounsaturated fats, like those in olive oil and avocado, support heart health and steady digestion. Now, here's where it gets exciting. When you combine these fats with fiber and protein, you create meals that give you a slow release of energy. No heavy crashes, no tossing and turning at midnight, just steady nourishment that carries you through the night. Think about drizzling olive oil over roasted vegetables, adding a slice of avocado to your salad, or enjoying a handful of walnuts as an evening snack. These aren't just tasty, they're tools for longevity. And remember, this isn't about loading up on fried foods or heavy oils. It's about choosing smart, clean sources of fat that make your evening meal feel satisfying without overwhelming your system. Next, we'll talk about timing, because when you eat is just as important as what's on your plate. Timing is everything. Here's a secret most people overlook. When you eat dinner can be just as powerful as what's on your plate. After 60, our digestive system slows down a bit. That means late night, heavy meals often lead to bloating, restless sleep, or even heartburn. The sweet spot? Eating your evening meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. This gives your body enough time to digest, stabilize blood sugar, and prepare for restful sleep. And here's something fascinating. Research shows that early dinners, even just an hour earlier than usual, can improve metabolism and energy the next day. I know what you're thinking, but I've always eaten late. That's okay. Small adjustments make a big difference. Try shifting dinner just 30 minutes earlier and notice how much lighter you feel when you go to bed. So, remember, don't just focus on the ingredients. focus on the timing, because the sooner you give your body that nourishment, the sooner it can start restoring itself overnight. Next, let's look at hydration, because what you drink with your evening meal can either boost your rest or steal it. Hydration and sleep. Water is life, but in the evening, hydration can be a delicate balance. Too little water and you risk cramps, headaches, and restless nights. Too much and you'll be up walking to the bathroom at 2 a.m. So, what's the code? Aim to drink most of your fluids earlier in the day, then slow down after dinner. Around your evening meal, a small glass of water or a calming tea is perfect. Chamomile, peppermint, or ginger tea are gentle on digestion and naturally promote relaxation. Here's what to avoid: caffeine, alcohol, and sugary drinks. Even a little caffeine late in the day can interfere with sleep. Alcohol might make you feel drowsy at first, but it actually disrupts deep sleep cycles, leaving you groggy in the morning. And one more tip. Warm beverages signal to your nervous system that it's time to wind down. It's a comforting ritual that helps both body and mind prepare for rest. So, as you're planning your evening meal, think not only about what's on the plate, but also what's in your cup. Now, if you're still with me up to this point, type the number 1 in the comments below. That way I know you're following along. And trust me, the best secrets are still ahead. The power of micronutrients. By now, you know the big 3: protein, fiber, and healthy fats. But what about the little things that make a big difference? I'm talking about micronutrients, vitamins and minerals your body craves, especially after 60. Magnesium, for example, is one of the most powerful sleep supporters. It calms your muscles, relaxes your nervous system, and helps regulate melatonin, the sleep hormone. You'll find it in spinach, pumpkin seeds, and almonds. Then there's potassium, which balances fluids and supports heart health. Bananas, sweet potatoes, and beans are all great evening choices. And don't forget vitamin B6, found in salmon and chickpeas, which helps your body create serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitter. The beautiful thing, when you build meals around whole foods, vegetables, legumes, fish, nuts, you naturally get these micronutrients without having to chase them down. So, as you're building your evening plate, remember, it's not just about filling your stomach. It's about fueling your cells with exactly what they need to restore overnight. Coming up next, let's talk about one of the most overlooked pieces of the evening meal code: portion control. Portion control without deprivation. One of the biggest mistakes people over 60 make at dinner is portion size. It's so easy to overeat in the evening, especially when food tastes good or when dinner feels like the main event of the day. But here's the catch. Overeating in the evening puts your digestive system into overdrive just when it should be winding down. That's why you might feel stuffed, sluggish, or even struggle with sleep. The solution isn't to eat less, but to eat smarter. Start with a plate that's half vegetables, 1/4 protein, and 1/4 complex carbs, like brown rice, quinoa, or sweet potatoes. This simple ratio is easy to remember and ensures balance without leaving you hungry. Another tip: use smaller plates. It tricks the mind into feeling satisfied without piling on too much. And remember, slow down. Enjoy each bite. Your body needs about 20 minutes to register fullness. When you finish dinner feeling light but satisfied, your body can turn its energy toward repair, not just digestion. Next, let's explore how the evening meal connects directly to one of the most important aspects of your health, your sleep cycle.
Dinner and sleep connection.
Did you know your dinner directly sets the stage for how well you sleep? It's true. The balance of nutrients you eat in the evening determines how steady your blood sugar stays, how calm your nervous system feels, and how ready your body is to slip into deep, restorative rest. If you eat heavy, greasy, or sugary foods at night, your body spends hours trying to process them. That means less time in deep sleep, more tossing and turning, and a harder time waking refreshed. On the other hand, when you choose balanced meals with protein, fiber, healthy fats, and calming micronutrients, you're giving your body the exact building blocks it needs to switch into repair mode. That's when tissues heal, memories consolidate, and your immune system strengthens. Here's something amazing. Sleep experts say that even shifting 1 or 2 evening meals per week toward balance can noticeably improve sleep within just a couple of weeks. So the question becomes, are you feeding rest or fighting against it? Next, we'll explore how evening meals don't just affect sleep, but also long-term energy and longevity. Meals that add years to your life. What if I told you that every evening meal is a chance to add healthy years to your life? Studies on longevity around the world, the famous blue zones, show us that what people eat at night often determines their health outcomes in later years. These long-living communities don't focus on dieting. Instead, they share common evening habits: plant-based foods, light but nourishing dinners, and social eating with family or friends. Meals are seen not just as fuel, but as medicine and connection. For you, this means that every dinner plate can become an investment. A bowl of lentil soup, a salad with olive oil and salmon, or roasted vegetables with beans. These are more than meals. They're longevity codes written into your body. And here's the best part. It doesn't have to feel restrictive. When food is colorful, flavorful, and shared with loved ones, it becomes joyful. That joy is part of the secret to living longer too. Now, let's talk about the emotional side of eating. Because after 60, evenings can sometimes feel quiet or even lonely, and food often becomes comfort. There's nothing wrong with enjoying comfort, but when comfort eating becomes routine, it can rob you of energy and restful sleep. So how do we shift this? By making dinner a ritual of self-care, instead of a quick fix for emotions. Light a candle, set the table, play gentle music. Treat your evening meal as an experience, not just fuel. Here's a tip. Prepare meals that bring joy and color. A bright stir-fry, a warm soup, or a crisp salad can feel uplifting. Add herbs and spices you love. Eating should never feel like punishment. And when you slow down, chew mindfully, and truly savor your food, your body responds. Digestion improves, cravings ease, and you feel more satisfied. Remember, food is not just about calories. It's about connection, nourishment, and care. Now, let's look at something practical. How to build a full sample evening meal that checks every box. Sample evening meal blueprint. Here's a simple evening meal blueprint you can follow tonight. Imagine this on your plate. Grilled salmon or chicken for lean protein, a big serving of roasted vegetables, carrots, zucchini, or broccoli for fiber and micronutrients, a small portion of quinoa or sweet potato for slow-release energy, a drizzle of olive oil or a few slices of avocado for healthy fat, and on the side, a calming cup of chamomile tea. This meal is balanced, delicious, and takes less than 30 minutes to prepare. It hits protein, fiber, healthy fats, and micronutrients while staying light enough for good sleep. And here's the magic. This plate doesn't just feed you tonight. It sets you up for better mornings, stronger muscles, and sharper focus. Now, you don't have to follow this exact plate every day. Swap out salmon for beans, quinoa for brown rice, or add seasonal veggies. What matters is the balance, not perfection. Next, let's talk about how small evening rituals around food can double the benefits you get from your meal. Evening rituals that amplify results. Food is powerful, but pairing it with simple rituals makes it even more transformative. Imagine this. Instead of rushing through dinner, you sit down, take a deep breath, and begin your meal with gratitude. That small pause calms your nervous system, making digestion smoother and more efficient. Another ritual is movement. After dinner, take a gentle 10 to 15-minute walk. It helps regulate blood sugar, supports digestion, and signals to your body that it's time to transition toward rest. And don't forget connection. Share your meal with someone whenever you can. Conversation slows you down, lowers stress hormones, and adds joy to your evening routine. These rituals may seem simple. You might already know them. It might even seem basic, but the results are out of this world. Energy rises, sleep deepens, and evenings feel lighter. Up next, let's look at common mistakes to avoid so you don't accidentally undo all your good work. Mistakes to avoid. Even with the best intentions, many people over 60 fall into evening meal traps. Let's go through a few so you can sidestep them. Mistake 1, skipping dinner entirely. Some believe it helps with weight, but in reality, it often backfires. You may wake up at night hungry or overeat the next morning. Mistake 2, relying on processed foods. Frozen dinners, packaged snacks, or too much bread at night leave you with quick energy that crashes, disrupting sleep. Mistake 3, too much sugar. That after-dinner dessert or sweetened drink might feel comforting, but sugar late in the day spikes blood sugar, leading to restless nights. Mistake 4, overeating heavy foods. Large portions of fried or fatty meals weigh down digestion and make it harder for your body to shift into repair mode. Awareness is half the battle. Once you spot these patterns, it's much easier to replace them with healthier habits. Coming up next, we'll look at the mindset shift that turns eating from a chore into a joy again. Mindset matters. Here's something many people overlook. Your mindset around food shapes your results as much as the food itself. If you approach dinner with guilt, stress, or negativity, your body feels it. Stress hormones rise, digestion slows, and you miss out on the nourishment in front of you. But if you approach dinner with curiosity, gratitude, and joy, your body responds differently. Digestion flows, nutrients absorb better, and your evening feels more peaceful. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Celebrate small wins like choosing salmon instead of fried chicken or tea instead of soda. Each choice adds up. Think of food as a gift to your future self. Every evening meal is a chance to say, I care about my tomorrow. And here's the truth. You already have the tools. You know how to make small swaps, to add color to your plate, to savor slowly. You might already know it. It might even seem basic, but the results are out of this world. Now, let's move into something special. The most powerful, optimized method to bring everything we've talked about together. The optimized method. This is the moment you've been waiting for. The single most effective method to unlock the over 60 meal code. It's called the Evening Balance Formula. Here's how it works. 1.
palm-sized protein, salmon, beans, chicken, or eggs. 2. Fifth-size vegetables, colorful, roasted, or steamed. 1 small portion of complex carbs, quinoa, sweet potato, or brown rice. 1 thumb-sized healthy fat, olive oil, nuts, or avocado. 1 calming beverage, herbal tea, or warm water with lemon. That's it. Simple, clear, and powerful. Follow this formula most nights and you'll notice results within weeks. Deeper sleep, lighter mornings, steady energy, and even a brighter mood. The formula is flexible, so you can swap ingredients to match your taste. But the balance stays the same, and that's the magic. Now, in our final segment, I'll give you one last reason why sticking with this code can change not just your evenings, but your entire future. So here we are at the end of our journey through the Over 60 Meal Code. If you've stayed with me, you now hold the blueprint for eating in a way that fuels energy, supports sleep, and builds longevity. And here's the final point I want you to remember. The Over 60 Meal Code isn't just about food. It's about freedom. Freedom from restless nights, from sluggish mornings, from the feeling that aging means slowing down. With each evening balanced meal, you're reclaiming energy, vitality, and joy. You might already know some of these steps. They might even seem basic, but when you put them together consistently, the results are out of this world. So, here's what I want you to do right now. If you're excited to try the evening balance formula, type the number 2 in the comments below. That tells me you're ready to take action. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with a friend who deserves more energy and better sleep after 60. Because together, we're proving that life after 60 isn't about slowing down. It's about leveling up. And it all starts with the choices you make at your evening table. Thank you for watching, and here's to energy, sleep, and longevity every single night.